Hi, my name is Mark, and I'd like to take a few minutes today to introduce you to the Corechart Emergency Pediatric Flowchart. What the Corechart will do for you is really simplify your pediatric emergency, because we find ourselves in these situations, pediatric codes or emergent situations, low frequency, high stress events, a lot of med math and information to gather, and sometimes that's a struggle for us with the emotions involved in pediatric calls. What the Corechart is going to do for you is really help you have the rubber meet the road. There's a disconnect between our treatment protocols, per se, this is 0.01 milligrams per kilogram. Then you get that 1 milligram and 10 mLs in your hand of epi, and to get that dose on board, I'm going to boil it down for you and really make it simplified. Okay? In about 3 to 5 seconds, once we get you used to the Corechart here and organizing these numbers, you'll have 8 major interventions and treatments to AHA protocols at your fingertips ready to use. So let's get into the chart. As you see here on the left-hand side, what we'll start with are some average ages and weights, and this is based on the Centers for Disease Control worldwide average of weights. And let's just start plugging in some numbers and you'll see how it works. Let's start, say, if you 5-year-old, 40 pounds. If we know we're going to a 5-year-old pediatric emergency, on the way to the call for us pre-hospital workers, what we could do is plug in 40 pounds to the first box. Now, there's a huge disconnect between what the public does in pounds and what we have to do in kilos. And we're going to use that pounds number to our advantage, and I'm going to show you how in just a second. Of course, we have to make the quick and easy conversion to kilos, and we do that in an emergent setting by just cutting it in half. Okay? Now, obviously, the very first drug we're probably going to have in our pediatric emergency that we may use for a code situation is going to be epi. The easiest way to get your epi dose is just to use your kilo number, drop them down into the next box, and your decimal point is placed there, and you will have your epi dose at 2 mLs out of a standard Corechart Bristojet packaged drug of epi. Okay? Now let's work through the chart and we'll go back and plug in the rest of the numbers. If you take your epi dose and double it to 4 mLs, you have your atropine dose for this child. If you take your epi dose and cut it in half to 1, you have your lidocaine dose in mLs, 1 mL out of a Bristojet Corechart packaged drugs. Let's move up through the chart now and we'll use those other numbers and we'll see how it all fits in nicely. Your kilos number that you calculated earlier is your very first synchronized cardioversion setting at 1 joule per kilogram. Your 40, remember I said we're going to use that pounds number to our advantage, is actually your first defib at 2 joules per kilogram. So really there's no need to go back and do extra math. You have everything for you laid out, just organized in a certain fashion. Some bonuses with this too, if your agency uses Versed, as long as you have a 5-in-5 concentration for your Versed, your IV Versed dose is the same as your epi dose in mLs, right out of the 5-in-5 container, and that would be 2 for your seizures. Your atropine dose of 4 mLs would be your IM Versed out of the 5-in-5 concentration. So as you can see here, and I'm going to bring you through another example, you have 8 major interventions and treatments at your fingertips, and we're going to get this math down to about 3 to 5 seconds, and let's go through another example. Okay, now for our second example, we have our board exposed here now, so now I'm going to bring you through the pure speed and ease of the Corechart, and we're just going to plug in some numbers and go quickly here. Say we have a 1-year-old or a 20-pound child. We will start with 20 pounds, 10 kilos, 1 ml, 2 mLs, this one goes down to 0.5 of lidocaine. There you have it, between 3 and 5 seconds, all your major interventions and treatments. First defib at 20, first synchronized cardioversion at 10 joules. Your epi dose is 1 mL out of a standard Bristojet. Also is your IV Versed and your Narcan for suspected overdoses. Again, that's a 2-in-2 concentration. Your atropine is 2 mLs. And again, your IV Versed, if your agency uses that. And your lidocaine is down to 0.5 mLs. 3 to 5 seconds, quickly calculated. All your information's at your fingertips. No need to go back and sift through any charts or tapes filled with information that you don't need. This is patient-specific and very easy and quick to get you started and rolling. For international users of the Corechart, who obviously we only deal with pounds here in the United States. If you deal with kilograms only, we have the kilos version only for you. If you are a healthcare provider that is very comfortable in kilos, doesn't need to make that transition on the front end with pounds, all we do here is have the kilos only Corechart. You would start actually plugging in the middle with 40 kilos. You double it to 80 joules, and then you would just use the same numbers and follow the math through the Corechart. Kilos version only, starting in the middle. At Corechart.com, we do have a bunch of different products to be used in different situations depending on your environment. We do have poster size available both for training and per se hospital rooms. For code carts and pre-hospital for our PEDS bags, we have a smaller dry erase version. This is real nice because you've got additional reference material on the back, nice and big, blown up, color coded, ready to go in any area you would want to put one of these. We also have, for pre-hospital, this is our clipboard version sticker. Writable surface, always handy with the clipboard. Pre-hospital, we know this clipboard comes with us on every call. Have that ready to go. Pocket cards for convenience. We also have an iPhone app, and with a simple slide of the bar, once again, all the med math is calculated for you. The format is laid out exactly as the writable Corecharts, with defibrillation settings for your first defib, first synchronized cardioversion, your epi, atropine, and lidocaine, all on the front page, all your most emergent drugs. The second page includes other cardiac and code meds, and this is available right now in the App Store. So there you have it. All of our products are available right now at our website, www.corechart.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope that we've simplified your pediatric emergency.